Diana. Diana, roll number 63. Shravanti. So we'll go for the concepts today. Last time, what did you do?
Time and work, ma'am.
I think that is over, no? Almost.
Yes, ma'am.
Bala. Who's Bala? 1 minute. Bala, what is the number? Phone roll number.
36, ma'am.
Bala Murugan.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Hindu, ma'am.
Yeah, I marked. You were the first person to enter. Every class, you are the first person to enter. Good.
Thank you.
I remember you very well. Annapurni 15. Aisha. Aisha, what's the roll number? Aisha and Archana, can you please tell me the roll number? Aisha's here.
Ma'am, Archana 6021.
3-1.
21, ma'am.
2-1. Akshaya. Akshaya Priya, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Roll number 8.
Yeah, got it. Samadha's roll number.
Ma'am,
Annapurni.
Annapurni 6015.
Yeah, I had taken it.
Hmm.
Okay. So far, okay. Hereafter, whoever enters, like what is happening is all of a sudden everybody enters at a time. Balaji R. Balaji R. Okay. Manoj.
I'm 6005, ma'am.
6005.
Yes, ma'am.
Samad. Manoj.
Yes, ma'am.
Manoj, what is the roll number? Now I can't note.
Ma'am, 43, ma'am. Hello?
Yeah, 43.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Manoj. After that, who else entered? Who else entered?
Balaji, ma'am, 34.
34 noted.
Ma'am, 38, ma'am.
Sorry, Revati. Yes, ma'am.
I'm 61, ma'am.
61. Clement.
Ma'am, 32, ma'am.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
60.
What else, ma'am?
32, ma'am.
34.
32, ma'am.
32, Aisha noted.
7, ma'am.
Akshaya. Anyone else?
I'm 60.
60. What's the number? Hari Krishna.
60, ma'am.
Vasu.
Zero.
Dasari Vasu. Dasari Vasu. Is this your first class? Because I not given
Yes, ma'am.
attendance earlier.
No, ma'am. Second.
Hello?
I'm second class, ma'am.
When was your first class? Was it the very first class you attended?
Last day, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, I attend, ma'am. This is the second class, ma'am.
Yeah, second class. Okay, fine. Yeah, give me the roll numbers, please, those who entered just now. Yogeshwar. Yogeshwar Rao or Yogeshwar? Roll number, please. Those who are entered now, please tell the roll numbers.
6020, ma'am. Arvind.
20. Arvind. Okay. Others? Victor.
23, ma'am.
Ma'am, 6030, ma'am.
Tell me only the last 3-digit number. 30.
Okay.
Ashwini.
Yes, ma'am.
Damini Nagaraja. What, ma? Yes, I can just start now. It's already time. I'll read one by one. Plus, just you tell me only the present is only I'll tell. If you have not called, then please you give me the roll number. Aparna, roll number 1. Then Samath, roll number 5. Roll number 7, Akshaya. Roll number 8, Akshaya Priya. Then roll number 15, Annapurni. Then 20, Arvindar. 21, Archana K. 23, Victor. 30, Ashwini. 32, Aisha. 34, Balaji. 36, Balamurugan. 38, Sai Revati. 43. 43 is Manoj. 44,
Yes, ma'am.
Shravanti. Yeah, 44, Shravanti. 45, Hindu. 46, Bomana Rakesh, I think just now entered. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then after that, we have only Dasari Vasu, 60. 61, Clement. And then you have 63, Diana. Is there anyone else present?
Ma'am, 47, ma'am.
47.
Bomana Yogeshwar Reddy.
Yogeshwar, yeah, correct. Yeah.
57.
57, Nagaraja.
Nagaraj.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
42, ma'am.
42, Venkata Subbareddy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other person who entered just now?
Ma'am, 37.
Naveen Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Others?
Ma'am, 052, ma'am.
52, Ajit Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other person? One. That's all I think. So okay. Anyone else? That's all. Khaja Jilani, what is your roll number? Abdul Qajar Jilani. Okay, roll number 4. That's it. Almost taken, I think so. All the attendance. Hope so. Nothing is missing. If at all you feel that it's missing, please put it in the chat box because I recheck in the chat box again. So we'll start the class now. And I will not do this one now because you wanted the concepts. And now you have to answer like where I stopped and what do you want today. Shall I think last time we did time and work. Time and work, I think I have completed. If not, you tell me what exactly you want today. Or I will just start with mine. What others have asked, I'll do the same thing. Aparna, what for roll number? Aparna, what is the roll number?
One, ma'am.
That is Aparna. There's one more person who joined just now. She's Aparna, I think. So roll number 18. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And Ashwin, what is the roll number? Ashwin R.
Present, ma'am.
What's the roll number?
28.
28. Okay, fine. Now, can you just tell me what exactly we did in the last class? Hello?
Time work.
Time and work. Have I completed that? Dinesh Reddy. Completed or anything pending in that? So that I'll start with the next topic is numbers. That's what students demanded. So I want to keep the same track because when the number of students come down or something, I have to combine the class. So I just want to do the same thing what I've done for the other classes. Yes, ma'am. Dinesh.
Ma'am.
What's your roll number?
6011, ma'am.
And who entered now? Sounder or somebody entered now? What is his roll number?
701, ma'am. Soundarajan.
701. Okay, fine. Okay. So if time and work only, I just want to know how much are done in that. Did I do this individual efficiency separately and time problem?
Yes, ma'am.
So time problem completed. But did I do this individual efficiency problem to you? Like, did I explain that, how to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Individual efficiency you said.
Yeah, individual efficiency, like I always use this T. I put this T and then explain. Did I do this?
Yes, ma'am.
And done that. Okay, fine. Then in that case, shall I start with numbers today? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Or if you want something else, you can say, but this is what the other batches asked for. And in case if your class, if I had done already numbers in the regular class, you tell me I can do something else. Whatever is your demand, accordingly I'll do it. Chakradhar. Chakradhar, roll number please. The one who entered now. I don't know the exact name. What is the roll number? Hello?
59, ma'am.
59.
59, ma'am.
That's it. Yes, ma'am. Shall I go with the numbers or you want something else? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Please answer. I want everyone's opinion. It's not like one or two. Sai Revati, Hindu, Manoj, Sounder. Tell me what exactly you want.
Numbers.
Number system is okay. one of the easy class student only asked for it. The next class we want numbers, he said. So I thought, okay, I'll continue with numbers in all the class. Or in case you feel that you want some other topic, I'll do some other topic. Numbers system will do it.
Yes,
Okay, the
ma'am.
numbers as such, if you see, I don't want to go deep into the basic because every time when I come to the class, I keep doing the basic and the time gets over and then I don't do the others well. Arun Raja. So many people are entering. 1 minute. Arun. The next is Anusha. Okay, so that part I don't want to do it in detail, but basics I'll just explain once at least. You know that you have something called rational number and irrational number. Normally, rational all the numbers whichever can be written in the form of p by q is rational numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all that, or 1 by 2, 3 by 4, whatever you write, all these are rational numbers. Irrational, which cannot be written as p by q. You can't write this in the form what I have mentioned here. So it will be like root 2, root 3, all that. Because root 2, when you see, the answer is like 1.414, we say. But if you see in the calculator, it keep on going. And there won't be any repetition of this. So one is like, it has to at least repeat. Suppose I had 2.333, or that is continuous. Then this is a rational number. Or if I had 2.678, 678, and so on, then this is a rational number because it is repeating after the decimal. These values can be converted as p by q easily. There is a method for that. Whereas here, this cannot be converted because it randomly keep varying. There won't be any repetition of the numbers. That's the basic difference between rational and irrational number. Ummi Reddy Ganesh. All these people later you can give me the roll numbers. I'm just writing it down because again and again I can't spend in that. Okay, so this is a basic thing about the rational, irrational. And you won't be getting many questions from this. Hardly one question might come. So I'm not going to concentrate on this. And then the next is about the even and odd concept. One thing which many people are forgetting is, what is even to the power even? And what are the even numbers? Starting, what is the minimum even number? What is the least even number?
0.
Yes? 0 is the least even number or not?
Yes, ma'am.
I want everyone to answer. Ashwini. I want everyone to answer, please. He said 0. One of you said, I don't know who said because I'm just seeing only the screen. I'm not able to see anybody there. Please tell me, is 0 is the right answer? See, I have to close this and see. I don't want to see anyone. I just want to see the board. You please answer. One student said 0 is the least even number. Is that correct? I'm asking all these questions to see whether you know to this level or I have to teach from that level. Shall I start from here then? Any number, when you divide by 2, if the remainder is 0, then we call that as an even number. So when I say this, even minus 2, when you divide by 2, the remainder is 0, even though the negative sign is there. Therefore, minus infinity is the least number. You can have any number, minus 4, minus 2. And good thing is one of you said 0. So 0 is an even number. Because 0, when you divide by 2, the remainder is 0. Therefore, 0 is an even number. 2, 4, 6, and so on. So, negative sign doesn't matter here for even or odd. So, minus 4, minus 6 is also called as even number. And particularly, this 0 is an even number. Don't ever forget this. Odd number again, minus infinity to plus infinity, but all odd numbers are this one, 1, 3, and so on. Okay. So, that's basic thing about that. Even raised to anything, whatever you have, the result is always going to be even. So don't forget that. Odd raised to whatever be the value is going to be always odd. So therefore, when the product has only even numbers, when you say even raised to something, that means the product is going to have only even numbers. The result is always going to be even. Similarly, odd raised to anything is always going to be odd. Okay. You keep answering, otherwise I will not know whether you are listening or not. Jabina. Okay. Please keep answering, otherwise I don't know whether you're still present or not. As I said, I'm not able to see anybody. I'm only seeing the board. Okay. Now, next is about the even out. The most important thing is you have to know about the prime number and composite number. So, what is prime number and what is composite number? You all know what is prime number. Please answer. What is the least prime number? Or give me the examples of prime number.
1, 3, 5, 7. These are prime numbers.
1, 3, 5, 7.
Prime numbers.
After that.
11,
2, 3,
11.
11, 13.
11, 13, 17, 19.
Okay, fine. But here there is a small difference. This is not 1, only 2. Good. It's not 1, it's 2. 1 is not a prime number. 1 is, when you say composite number, the composite number is nothing but a combination of different prime number is what is called as composite number. For example, you take this 2 and 3. When you combine, that is 6. And this is called composite number. So composite number is basically made up of all prime numbers only. So these are the prime numbers which is existing in the number system. When you combine those prime numbers, you get composite number. Okay, so 1 is not a combination of any of these numbers. So 1 is neither prime nor composite. 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay, so all other number other than that in between whatever you have is nothing but composite numbers. 4 is a composite number, 6 is a composite number, 8, 9, 10 is a composite number, and so on. Okay, so these basic things you know. And the other difference about the composite number and this one is, you know that this has only 2 factors. What do you mean by factors? Factors is nothing but divisors, which you can divide and still you get integer as a value. So 13 can only be divided by 1 and still you get integer as value, or 13 can be divided by 13 and still you get integer as a value. For any other number, when you divide, you will not be getting integers. So these two are called factors or the divisors. So any composite number when you take, where our least composite number, let us consider, that is 4. It has minimum of 3 factors, right? So the definition for the prime number is a number which has exactly 2 factors is called prime number. A number which has more than 2 factors is called composite number. So minimum of 3 prime factors, factors it has, right? So this is about the prime number and this one, composite number. The next is to find the number of factors in any number. Arvind. To find a number of factors in any number. So that's the first thing we have got. You will be getting questions from that. So how to find the number of factors? I'm not doing in detail. I'm just going for the problems directly. Okay. Suppose you have to find the number of factors in 4. What do? You just have to see whether one will definitely be a factor of any number. Whatever be the number, 1 and 4 will definitely be the factor of any number. That number and this. When you are limited to only these 2, then we call that as a prime number. So you have one more here, 2. So it has 3 factors. So 6 when you consider, you have 1. And also consider this way. 1 and 6 definitely is going to be there. 1 into 6 gives you this. So 1 and 6 are 2 factors. Next is 2. 2 into 3 is 6. So therefore 3 is another factor. After 2 we have taken 3. Now you tell me for a little bigger number I would like to know. 24. Hello. Tell me the factors of 24, one by one.
1, 2.
1 into 24. First you write. That 24 is another factor. Then
2.
To 12.
12.
8.
3 into
8.
8.
4 into
6.
6.
5. Is it a factor?
No.
And after that you have
No,
6
ma'am.
which already you have taken here. Right. So how many factors 24 has?
4,
Eight.
ma'am.
8, ma.
8.
1, 2,
8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wrote it here because it's easy to find the factors. So this is also a factor. Any product of these two numbers gives you 24 means this will be one factor, this will be another factor. Okay. So when I say a particular number is divisible by, that is A into B, when I write as this number, A is one factor, B is another factor. So that is what I have done, A into B. Okay. Now, give me the number of factors of 36.
1,
1,
36,
36, 2,
18,
3,
3, 12,
4,
4 nines.
Then 5.
That's it.
6.
6 is
6,
there, no?
6.
How
Yes,
can I
ma'am.
say
6,
that?
6.
Because for 4, 5 is not there, 6 you have to check, and then 7 you have to check, and then 8 you have to check, because 9 is here. Between 4 and 9, what all the numbers are there, all that you have to check. You can't just leave it as such. Okay. 6 into
6.
6. So I will not write this because it's again a repetition, right? I don't want to write this again because 6 into 6 will write out because this is one factor, this is another factor. So how many factors? See, here it has how many factors? 8. How many factors
9.
this has?
9.
9, ma'am.
Why it is 9? Why not 8? Because in this one, you can see it's always a product of two different numbers, correct? Because 24 is not a perfect square. As 24 is not a perfect square, you will always have a product of two different numbers. Like all this, you can see all different numbers. 36 is a perfect square. Though you will have product of two different numbers here, but just one number alone definitely is going to be the same number. Shravanti, you just have to switch on whenever you want to answer because yours is giving disturbance. Okay. Keep it in mute, and when you have to answer, you unmute it. I'm not asking you not to answer. Whenever you are answering, unmute and then say, then you mute it again. Okay. Yeah, now it's clear. So here, you can see that because of this particular thing where you don't have the pair, we cannot take another 6 here, and this is left out. All others are like pairs it is, and one is left out. Therefore, you'll have odd number of factors. Any perfect square you take, what is 4? 1 into 4, 2 into this 2 we will not write, so 3 factors. 16 you take, 1 into 16, 2 into 8, 4 into this 4 we will not write, so therefore 5 factors. Whereas any non-perfect square you take, 12 you take, 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4, 3 after that 4 has come. So you don't have anything where there's a repetition because it is not a perfect square. So you'll have even number of factors. So this is one thing which you have to note down. Perfect square will have odd number of factors. Non-perfect square will have even number of factors. Is that clear? And to find the number of factors, this is not the method because you can list out this only when the number is too small. When the number grows, bigger number, how will you find the number of factors? So whatever I've done now, I'll do for the same thing, like 24. 24, when you write as a product of prime factors, how do you write? How do you find the prime factors? You can directly do it, but I'll give you the actual method which generally we follow in the school. V.S. Reddy Boija. Yes. The actual method which you follow in the school is you just have to remove the prime numbers from this. The least number which you can remove is 2. Then it is 12. Again remove 2. Then it is 6. Again remove 2. Then it is 3. Further you can't remove anything. So it's 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Or we can say it is nothing but 2 cube into 3. Right. So this number is 2 cube into 3. Once you write this in the form of a prime number, raised to the power, don't write as 2 into 2 into 2. You just have to combine all 2's together or all the prime numbers individually and write in the form of a power. Jai Surya. What Hindu?
Nothing, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So here, after writing this, what you do is just take only the powers here. This is the power of 1, right? And increase each of this power by 1. Just increase only the powers. And this becomes 4, this becomes 2. Multiply. This is what is the number of factors. I hope so you would have done this already. Anyway, this is a revision class, I can say. You remember this or not? Any number, write in the form of a prime number, raised to the powers, whatever the powers are there, increase only the powers and multiply to get the number of factors. So you can see in the previous one, we have seen this, there are 8 factors here. And that 8 factors, you're going to get this in this way. Okay. You are clear with this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you have to do now is, find out for 36 in the same way. The 36 you have to find in the same way. So 36, how do you write as a product of prime factors? Tell me now. Easy way to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
2 square, 3 square.
Huh?
2 square, 3 square.
2 square into 3 square. See, easy way of doing is 36 is 6 square. And then 6 alone you split it. 2 into 3. Whole to the power 2. Therefore, it's 2 square into 3 square.
3 square.
So then what you are supposed to do with these powers?
So,
Increase by 1. Increase by 1. So 3. This 2 will become 3. This 2 will become 3. Multiply these two, that becomes 9. Is that clear? Yes?
ma'am.
Do you want to know why we are increasing by 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me consider this, because if you know the logic, I think you will not forget that. Say 24 alone I will consider. Okay. So 24 when I am writing as 2 power 3 into 3 power 1. Okay. Here we can see that we have to consider the various product of these two. So let me put a table of this. You know that one in 24 you have 1 as one of the product, right? So we are going to take the combination of this, but the combination, different combination, that is from the 0 level, that is 2 power 0 will be the first one, because 1 will get only when you have 2 power 0. 2 power 0 is 1. Then you will have 2 power 1 as one of the factor. See, what do you mean by factor? When I have 2 power 3 into 3 power 1, can I divide this by 1 and still get integer as a value? Those are called factors. So can I divide this by 1? Yes or no? Hello? Answer my question. Yes, right. So 1 as such, there is no 1 here, right? So I will consider that 1 as 2 power 0. Okay. Can I divide this by 2 power 1? Forget about this. This alone I am asking. Or I'll write separately. You may ask why I am writing that. So I can divide this by 2 power 0, right? Can I divide this by 2 power 1? And still get integer as a value?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right. So 2 power 1 is another one. So can I divide this by 2 power 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because you have 2 power 2 here. So 2 power 2 is another one. So can I divide this by 2 power 3?
Yes, ma'am. No.
Yes. Why no? Because it's getting cancelled with this. When I put 2 power 3, this will get cancelled with this, and still 3 will be the answer. Still that is an integer. So I can still divide by 2 power 3. So that is, these are all factors. This is the way we have to find the factors here. That's the easy way to find. So what is the next number you have to divide by? So you know that 2 power 3 is also one of the factor. Can I divide by 3 power 1? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
This will get cancelled. The answer will be 8. Still it is an integer. Therefore 3 power 1 is another factor. Okay, I'll write it here. 3 power 1. Now, the next factor which I have to prove is I can take any of this combination. This 2 power, individually I had taken 1. So can I now consider 2 power 0 into 3 power 1? All different combinations I want to take. Can I take this? Yes, right. Because it's
No,
1. This is 1. This is 3. You can still divide by 3. 8 will be the answer. So this is one more factor we have. That is 2 power 0 into
3
power 1. And the next is 2 power 1 into 3 power 1. Right? I can
Yes,
take
ma'am,
2
we can
from this,
take.
I can 3 from this. So that is again one more factor. So the next is again 2 power 2. Can I take? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because 2 power 3
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there. 2 power 2 will get cancelled. 3 will get cancelled. 2 will be the answer. What is
Yes,
2
ma'am.
power 3? 8.
8.
No, this is 2
2
power
power 2,
2.
4.
Sorry, 12. So 24 by 12 is 2. So we can directly say this, the 3 is here, right? So you are taking out 2 from that. Balance 2 power 2. 2 power 2 will get cancelled. 3 will get cancelled. So 2 is the answer. Now the next is 2 power 3 into 3 power 1. Can I take this? What will be the result? 1, right? Array, this is nothing but 24 by 24. Can I?
Yes, ma'am.
24 can be a factor because the entire thing will get cancelled and 1 will be the answer. Is that correct? So these are all the
Yes.
things which you have to see here. What I will do is, instead of taking different combinations, we are only considering the combination of these two in different way. So that combination I will consider this way: 2 power 2, 2 power 3. Similarly here 3 power 0, 3 power 1. So when you take the combination 2 power 0 into 3 power 0 is nothing but 1. So 3 power 0 means it is 1. 1 into 2 is 2. 1 into 4. 1 into 8. Similarly, when you come here, 2 power 0 into 3 power 1 is nothing but 3. Correct, because this is 1 and this is 3. This is 2, this is 3. Therefore 6. This is 4, this is 3. So 12. That is 4 into 3, 12. 8 into 3, 24. So this is what you have, right? The number of factors. Correct. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're having 8 factors. That's what we are seeing now. Total number of factors which you have is 8. How you get 8? Only when, as per the power, what you have is 3, but we are going to consider 2 power 0 as one of the power here. So it will be 4. So, and then here also when 3 power 1 is there, we are taking 3 power 0 also is one of the factor. So therefore it's going to be 2. And you know, whenever you write in this form, product of rows into columns will give you the total number of quantities here. So therefore this is 2 into 4. That's what we have done here. 2 into 4. Right. So why we are doing that? Because we need this also as one of the factor. So because of that only we are increasing this by 1 and increasing this by 1. Is that clear now? Just do one more problem. 36. That is nothing but 2 cube into 2 square into 3 power. So you have to just take what? First value will be
2 power 0.
2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2. Similarly 3 power 0, 3 power 1, 3 power 2. So what's the combination here? 1. What is this combination? You tell me.
2,
2.
4,
Boys.
3,
3.
3,
Not 6.
6, 12, 9, 18, 26.
36.
36. So how many factors? Totally 9 are there. That is what is mentioned here, right? So in case you have to find the factors, this is also one of the way you can write and find out. But if you have to find just the number of factors, this is enough. Increase is power by 1, increase is power by 1, multiply to get it. Now is it clear why we are adding 1? What is the purpose of adding one factor? Is it clear to you all? Yes or no?
Yes.
So then tell me now for 120 how many factors are there? Alam Ishwat. $120 has how many factors? You on the screen? I'll write it here. 120 alone you find out. I'll write in green now. 120 has how many factors? I'll do it in the next page. Let this be a reference. I'll give How many factors, ma?
16.
16.
16. I think it's correct. 120. 12 into 10. 12 is 2 square into 3. 10 is 2 into 5. So 2 cube into 3 into 5. So, yeah, 16, correct. 4 into 2 into 2. Good. So you know how to do that. So 12, 120 when I say, oh, sorry. 120, break it into 12 into 10. Good, you got it now. So 2 square into 3, and this is going to be 2 into 5. Combine all 2's. 2 cube into 3 into 5. So therefore the powers, when you increase this 4, the power here is 1 will increase to 2, 1 will increase to 2. So 4 into 2 into 2 is nothing but 16. So it has 16 factors. Good. Okay. So if the number of factors is clear to you, what are all the numbers which has exactly 3 factors? Can you tell me now? Which are all the numbers have exactly 3 factors? Which number has exactly 3 factors?
Perfect square number.
You just tell me. Just now we wrote one number also. What is it?
4.
Has exactly 3 factors. Next number. Which number, ma? Right. What are these numbers?
Perfect square.
Perfect.
All this having 3 factors, right? Yes or no? Which square, ma? Somebody answer something.
Perfect square.
Ah, good. This is a perfect square because 3 is an odd number. And I told you for a perfect square, always you'll have odd number of factors. So in that way, these are all only perfect square. Any number, if suppose I give you that x is having 5 factors, immediately you should know that the x is a perfect square. Because only perfect squares will have odd number of factors. Okay. But when the number which has 3, I have listed out all this. What is all this? What is all these numbers? What is these numbers? No idea?
Factor.
Prime number square of the prime.
Square of what?
Prime number. Square of prime.
Ah, prime numbers. Good. It's nothing but square of prime numbers. Because when you consider any prime number, for example, 7, you consider 7 has 1 and 7 as a this one. When you square it, that means you will have 49. It will have one more thing. That's all. It will have only 1, 7 and 49. Nothing more than that. Or else also I can write 7 square. So how many factors it has? 3. This has to be increased by 1. So 3 factors. How many factors 64 has? Can you just tell me? How many factors 64 has?
More than 3.
8.
Uh-huh. Is 64 a perfect square or not?
Yes, ma'am.
When it is a perfect square, how can you have a given number of factors? First thing you should have that in your mind. It is
Not a prime.
Prime number.
I didn't say it's a prime number. I'm just asking how many factors. I'm just jumping from one to other. Prime number, that's over. Any prime number square is going to have 3 factors. That's all over. The next thing I just wanted to ask you, 64 has how many factors?
7.
7. That's all. What's the problem you people are facing now? Tell me. See, 64 means it is nothing but 2 power what?
6.
Increases by 1, 7. That's all. Over. It's only single factor. See, when you have a single prime number raised to something, the number of factors is nothing but p plus 1. Suppose you have 2 like this, then we can say p plus 1 into q plus 1. Okay. Suppose you have one more, 2r if I say, then into r plus 1. That's all. Now you have only 1, therefore p plus 1. So 6 means that will become 7. 81 has how many factors? 81.
5.
5. Because 81 is nothing but 3 power 4. Increases by 1, 5. That's it. Is that clear now? Any doubt in this? Hello? Hello? What happened?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear, right? Shall I finish up the divisibility rule now? Because next we are going to use the divisibility rule. What is the divisibility rule for 2?
The end digit should
Unit
be
digit is even.
Even. Enough. 4.
Last 2 digits should be divisible by 2.
Last 2 digits should be divisible by 4. 8.
Last 3 digits should be divisible by 8.
Last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. Or you can say 8 is nothing but 2 power 3. So check for the last 3 digits divisibility by 8. This is 2 power 2. So check for last 2 digits. This is 2 power 1. Check for last 1 digit. Same thing. If it is 2 power n, then you have to consider the last n digits to be divisible by that particular number, 2 power n. Okay. That's what you have done. That 2 power last 3 digit by 2 power 3. So suppose I say 32 to be checked. What will it do? It's going to be last 5 digits you have to check by 32. Because this is nothing but 2 power 5. So this is a concept for 2 raised to something. Okay. In CAT exam, normally they go up to 32. Beyond this, mostly they won't ask, but up to 32 they ask. Whereas normally if you see, your limitation will be up to this 2 power 4, 16. And now next is 3 divisibility. Do you want to know why we are checking last 2 digit? Let me take one number. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1234 is the number. To check for the divisibility of 2, what we do is you can split this number and write it as 1, 2, 3, 0 plus 4. You can write in this way, right? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can write it as 1, 2, 3, 0 plus 4. So this is nothing but 1, 2, 3 into 10 plus 4. Hello? Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Say something, because I told you I'm not seeing other than that screen here. So I don't know whether you all are present. If you nod your head or do something, sorry, nodding, not nodding, you just have to say something, otherwise I'll not know. So when you have to check the divisibility of 2, we are applying this remainder theorem here. Remainder theorem says when a number is too big, you can split that number separately and check for the divisibility and then perform the operation whatever you have in between. So when I have to divide by 2, I can individually check for this divisibility, whatever it is. What is the remainder you get here? 1 into, what is the remainder when you divide 10 by 2? 0, right? And then here it is 0. So why we are doing this, whatever the operation is here, we are going to perform the same operation. So this is going to become 0. In case if I say it is 1, 2, 3, 5, then I'm going to get 1 here, correct? So this part, for any number, when you are removing the units digit and writing here, this will be a multiple of 10. The 10 is always divisible by 2, where you will get 0 always as a remainder. 0 into anything is going to be 0 always. So therefore, you have to only check for this. That's the reason we are checking only for the last digit. If the same number to be checked for 4 divisibility, then I will be taking 2 digit from this. So I will write it in this way. I have to take 2 digit because 10 by 4 is not divisible. Whereas if I write it in this form and then divide by 4, whatever be the remainder I get, I don't mind because it may change anyway. But this 100 is always going to be there. 100 by 4 is always divisible. So I will be getting 0 as a reminder. So 0 into anything is going to be always 0. So I don't have to check for this divisibility, check only for the last two. So what is the remainder you get here? 2. So the answer is 2. Is that clear? So only the last 2 digits, if I check, that is sufficient, because previous digits are multiples of 100 and multiples of hundreds are always divisible by 4. So I don't have to consider this. Is that clear? Why we are checking for this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, same thing for 3. When I go for 3, then I need to take 3 digit from there. So I'll have 1000 plus 3 digit number, and 1000 by 8 is always divisible, that is 125. So you will get 0 as a reminder. Therefore, we have to check for the last 3 digit. So this is the reason why we are always going for one more extra digit for every time. Okay. So the last 2 digit checking is sufficient for 4. Mainly you will be coming across 4. Other digits you won't get so easily. 4 alone you need to have the idea. Then 5. What is the divisibility rule for 5?
Last digit should be 0.
Some people are entering only in the last. Yeah, ma. 5 is last. Oh my god, I stopped it. 1 minute. Yeah, can you see the board now? 5 is easy. 5 means you have to check that the last digit should be either 0 or 5. That's all. Similarly, when you had to check for 25, you had to check for the 2 digits like you had done in the 4, the same case here. And the last 2 digits should be either 00, 25, 50, 75. Only the last 2 digits. Because when you remove this again, the previous digits, if you see, that will be multiple of 100. 100 is always divisible by 25. So we are going to check only for the last 2 digits. Similarly, when 50, you check also last 2 digits, either 00 or 50. Okay, that's about the 5, 25, 50. And then you have something called 11. 11 divisibility, how do you check?
Sum of digits in odd place minus sum of digits in
Very
odd
good.
place.
Sum
Is
of
equal to
even.
0.
Yeah. So when you have something, I'm taking more, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, up to G I'll take. So what you do is you just have to add all the alternate digits, odd place and even place. And it doesn't matter whichever way you write it, A plus, C plus, E plus G is one group and another group is B plus, D plus, F. And take the difference of these two. I'm not saying that this should be greater or that should be greater. It's only the difference. If it is negative or positive, doesn't matter. The difference should be either 0 or multiple of 11. Then we say it is divisible by 11. So when I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's not matching. Okay, now I'll do one thing. I have one digit here. What number I can add here so that this is divisible by 11? So what I should do? I'll take it as x. So when I consider this one, this is 2 plus 4 and the other one is 1 plus 3 plus x. So what number I can have here so that it is giving me 0? This is 6, this is 4. So what should be this number? This number to be divisible by 11, what should be the value of x? What should be this x?
1.
2, because already you have 6 here. And this is 1 plus 3 is only 4. So I need to have 2 more so that when I take the difference, it should be 0. Good. So x should be 2. Right. Sometimes it may have 2 values also, but least value should be 2. You can't have any other value here. It's not possible. But still, I'm just saying, sometimes you may go for some other number also. Okay. Is it clear now? About 11 this is. And then the next one is, I still have 10 minutes. I just want to explain that is important. How do you check the divisibility of 6?
2 into 3.
It should be divisible by 2 and 3.
Should be divisible by 2 and also should be divisible by 3. 3, did I say about 3? I think I didn't say about 3. What is the divisibility rule for 3?
Sum of all digits should be divisible by 3.
Sum of all digits should be divisible by 3. Suppose I have something like this, 4, not 4, I'll put some other number, 7, 7, then 2, 1, 8. So if to check whether this number is divisible by 3, instead of adding all that, that's going to again consume time. So I can just discard whichever is multiple of 3. Any combination. Let me take these two combination. 2 plus 7 is 9, which is a multiple of 3. Discard that. 1 plus 8, discard that. Left out is 5 plus 2, which is not multiple of 3. Therefore, this number is not divisible by 3. But if I'm going to add one more number here or anywhere in between, because for 3, it doesn't matter where you're going to add. What number can you add here so that this number will be divisible by 3? That is 9, 2, 5, 7, 2. What did I have? 1, 8. I'm going to add one more here. What should be that number?
2.
2. Good. Because 5 plus 2 is 7, so 2 more to be added here. Okay. So sometimes, like if suppose it's not mentioned that least number, I can go even for 5. That is 2 plus 3, 5. Or I can also go for 5 plus 3, 8. Other than that, you can't go because that becomes 2-digit number. And also it can be anywhere in the middle. Now you know that 9, 2, 5, 7, 2, 1, 8, 2 is a number which is divisible by 3. Okay. Now what I'll do is, instead of adding this 2 here, I'll add the 2 here. And I'll put this 1 here. Same number. Is this number divisible by 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is this number divisible by 6?
No.
No.
No, ma'am.
Is this number divisible by 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Because only 2 and 3 multiplication you are seeing. So 2 means you know the last digit should be even. And you know that in whichever way you shuffle this, it's definitely going to be divisible by 3. So only thing is, if the last digit is even, then it is also divisible by 6. That's it. Same thing for 9 when you see 9 divisibilities. Same concept, the combination should be multiple of 9. So 2 plus 5 plus 2, I can remove this. This I can remove this. This I can remove. Definitely this number is divisible by 9. Okay. And the next is, it's not that easy. I want to explain that. How do you check the number is divisible by 12?
4 and 3, ma'am.
Why not 2 and 6?
They are not co-primes.
Very good. Who is this?
Subhareddy.
Good superiority. So you know about co-primes. Very good. So 4 and 3. We had to only check for 4 and 3, not 2 and 6. For example, if I have 18 to be tested for the divisibility of 12, if I take this as 2 into 6, you know that 18 is divisible by 2, 18 is divisible by 6, but 18 is not divisible by 12. So that 12 has to be taken as 4 into 3. So 18 by 4 into 3, when you check, 18 is not divisible by 4, whereas 18 is divisible by 3. Therefore, this number is not divisible by 12. So any number when you are splitting and writing, like 6 we are written as 2 into 3. 12 also we are writing as 4 into 3 in such a way that these two numbers are co-prime to each other. What do you mean by co-prime? This is also called HCF is 1. Good. This is like you don't have any other common factor here other than 1. HCF is 1. Or you can say the common factor should be only 1. So you should not have anything else as common. Like 2 and 6, when you take 2 is common in both. In that way, you should not have anything in common. In that case, we call that as the two numbers are co-prime to each other. This is co-prime. Or we can also call that as relative prime. Both are same. So it's co-prime to each other or relative prime to each other. Any two consecutive numbers are co-prime to each other. Take any random two numbers. Say we'll take 24, 25. They are co-prime to each other because one is the only common factor which you will have here, right? And any two prime numbers are, we can say 11 and 13. co-prime to each other. Any two prime numbers are definitely co-prime to each other. But sometimes two composite number also can be co-prime to each other, like 49 and 24. They both are composite numbers, but nothing common. You have only 7s here, you have 3s and 2s here. So they are co-prime to each other. Okay, this is the concept of co-prime. And mostly co-prime you will not be asked, only in the CAT level they ask these questions about the co-prime, some of the co-primes. There are many questions in there, but that we are not going to do. Here, only to check the divisibility, you need to know that the splitting of the numbers should be in the form of co-prime to each other. Okay, so any number, 48, how will you split as product of two co-primes? How will you split this as product of two co-primes?
6 into 7.
6 into 48 is what? 6 into 7 is 42. 48, how will you write? 6 into 8? Can you write? Yes. Who said yes now? Subbareddy. Am I right? Are
No,
they
ma'am.
co-prime? Who said yes? Okay. This is not co-prime. Okay, fine. So how do you write this as a product of two co-primes? You split this. What is 48? You just split. You said 12 into 4 also can be written, right? What it does, or 6 into 8. When you're writing this as 6 into 8, this is nothing but 2 into 3. What is this one? 2 cube. There is a 2 common in this, right? So you can't write it as 6 into 8. So what you do is bring this to this side. That's all. Keep only 3 here. The similar common prime factors are there. You bring it to the other side. You bring this 2 here. 2 power 3 into 2. So what is it? 3 into 2 power 4. 16 into 3. Someone entered just now. Oh, it's showing all this. Fine. Are you able to see this writing, whatever is given here? Captions? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can able to see now.
I didn't know that it's coming. I think by mistake I would have pressed it. Okay. So this is something which you have to learn. See, numbers is like a game. Once you start understanding, then it will be very good for you. 60, you don't know how to split this as a product of two co-primes. Write it in whichever way you want. Suppose I write it as 12 into 4. Okay. Split this 9, write in the form of a prime number. So what is this one? 2 square into 3. And this is 2 power 4. As you know that the common prime factors what you have is 2's here. So bring all these 2's to one side, 3 to the other side. So it's going to be 3 into, bring this one here, 2 power 6. 6, no, sorry. I'm writing something wrong. Okay, you didn't correct also. 2 power 2. So this is going to be how much? 2 power 4. Whichever way you write, that is the mainly when I say co-prime, that is only possible when you split the prime factors. Right. Now tell me for 32, how will you split it? As product of two co-primes. How will you write this 32 as product of two co-primes? Anyone? Just try.
Can't no.
Huh? Those who came late, please give your attendance and then leave. Don't leave without giving attendance. Otherwise, I'll not be able to give you.
Wait, ma'am.
Wait. That attendance I'll take later. Finish up this salon. 32, how will you split? No idea? Randomly you split something like you did here, right? 6 into 8 you said, and from there I brought it here. 12 into 4 also I can bring it here. In that way, you just split this number in two ways. First you start splitting.
4 into 8.
4 into 8. So 4 is what?
2 square.
This is 2 cube. Which one you can bring here?
2 square, ma'am.
2 power 5, ma'am.
How we are going to take it as 2 power 5? Yeah, 2 power 5. So you don't have two different prime factors like you have here, 2 and 3. You don't have here. So this cannot be split as product of two co-primes. To split the number as a product of two co-primes, minimum of 2 prime factors should be there. Prime factor, you know what do you mean by that? 2 or 3 or 5. When you have a single prime factor, that number cannot be split as product of two co-primes. Can you do it? Just check all the things you have to bring it to one side. 81. How will you split this?
9 into 9.
9 and 9, they are not co-prime, right?
Oh.
It's only 3 power 4. You have only one prime factor, so you can't split this. To split the number and write as a product of two co-primes, you should have at least 2 prime factors. Now you can split this one. So what is this? 4 into 10. 2 power 2. 2 into 5.
2 power 3 into 5.
That's 8 into 5. Okay. So that is important. 60. One more small example. 60. 6 into 10. 2 into 3.
2 into
5.
So what I can do is, I can split this in a different way. I can take 2 square into 3 and 5. Do you have anything common in these two? Nothing. So I can split it in this way. That is 12 into 5. Okay. Or else, I can also have 2 square here and bring this 3 here. 3 into 5. So that is nothing but 4 into what?
15.
This is what you have to see. I don't think you can do. Yeah, you can do one more thing. 2 square into 5 and 3. What is 2 square into 5?
20.
20 into 3. So there are different ways to write this. Clear? This is clear. So I can also write this as 20 into 3. No other combination possible. So these are the product of two co-primes. 60 can be written in this form because you have 3 prime factors. So you can go for different combinations. Clear now? So co-prime is, this is what is co-prime. So you can't write a co-prime, a product of two co-prime when there is a single factor, prime factor there. Anything raised to single prime factor, you can't do that. So minimum of 2 is required, but you can have any number of factors, prime factors, like in 60 you have 3 of them. So I'm combining a different way. Only thing is you have to check that it doesn't have anything common in this. I think this is sufficient for today because numbers, I don't think it's that easy. It goes, it's like ocean. When you start discussing, there are a lot of things in there. But one thing I want to tell you is, if you are thorough in numbers, remaining all will become easier for you. Many people don't try to understand the number. They just say only one logic. How to write the number of factors, formula is there, apply that, and then beyond that they never think. So when you just think of these numbers in detail, then if you are understanding the numbers concept clearly, then remaining will become easier for you. Okay, now I don't want to share the screen. Yeah, ma'am. Attendance, please. Those who came late.
39, ma'am.
39.
9, ma'am.
29, ma'am.
Pardon?
609.
9, ma'am.
Wait. 9.
Yes, ma'am.
9 is Alam Ashwin. Yeah. Next.
17, ma'am.
17. Anusha.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, next.
39, ma'am.
29, ma'am.
39, I think I have marked already. Praveen Kumar. Yeah,
Right.
next.
18, ma'am.
18. Aparna. Yeah, marked already.
29, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
29, Ashwini. Next.
ma'am.
36.
66, ma'am.
56.
66, ma'am.
66, Dharani. Yeah. Last person. Next.
55, ma'am.
55, Jayasurya. Next.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Now, there are many under Arun. Who is Arun here? Arun. I just noted down Arun Jashwant. Alam Jashwant. Alam Jashwant.
Alam Yashwant, ma'am. Adireddy Yashwant.
I'm sorry, Yashwant. Okay. Then Arun, Anusha already given.
Yes, ma'am.
But Ganesh is one person. Who's Ganesh here? Bomireddy Ganesh. Ashwin is there. Ashwin. Jabbi Jabina. Who's Jabbi Jabina? Anyone knows? Is he from your class? Hello? Okay.
No, ma'am.
I think by mistake you would have come then. Then Ravindran, no? Ravindran or Arvind? Arvind is there. Okay. Then V.S. Reddy. Who is V.S. Reddy, ma'am?
Reddy.
Praveen Kumar Reddy. Okay, that's over.
Ma'am, VS Reddy is Subba Reddy, ma'am.
V.S. Reddy is different, not Praveen, because Praveen separately I have marked.
Subba Reddy, ma'am. Register number 42.
42. I have already marked. No, one person who entered late, it was V.S. Reddy. Boija or something was it. Boija Venkata Reddy. Oh, the same person.
He left the
Bajja Venkat Subba Reddy.
meeting and again he
No, the
joined,
same
ma'am.
person, Boija Reddy. Surya is there. Or Jabina, and then Archana. Is anyone called Archana? Archana K.
In A1, ma'am. Is there, ma'am?
Archana Achu, that is because the names which is appearing here is different from the name which I have in my attendance sheet. That is what is the problem. Archana Achu.
It's roll number 21, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Then I have all. That's all. Thank you all. So you want the
Roll
same
number 48, ma'am.
roll number?
48, Bomireddy Ganesh present.
Omiradi Ganesh, yeah. And I don't understand them. Damini Nagaraja. Damini Nagaraja was just now he spoke, but your photo is different. I was thinking there's a lady.
Heroine, ma'am.
Huh?
Heroine Anushka.
Oh, this is Anushka. Great, correct. I thought she's there in the class. I saw somebody speaking in a male voice. Female photo is there. Fine. Okay. So do you want me to take the class in the same way?
Yes, ma'am.
This is okay, or you want something like different?
Numbers okay, ma'am. Different, some other topic.
Then tell me the topic. Which topic you want? Okay. If you tell me, then I'll start with that. Hello. Yes. No, I'm in Chennai now. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. You have to suggest some topic, then I'll do that topic. I think numbers, I think this much is sufficient. Now going for the number of factors. Then you have too many things in there. If you start with that, we'll do only numbers. That units digit to be done, remainders theorem to be done, factorial problem. Okay. These are the three areas to be covered in that. Otherwise, speed, time, speed, and distance.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll go for time, speed, and distance in the next class.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye. Yours is ECA class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.